Hey YouTube, so today I want to show you how I did knotless braids for my daughter. I'm going to be taking you the process of actually installing the braids, and I'm just going to give you some tips and tricks as we go along. So my daughter's hair was stretched out with some braids, and as you can see there was some fluff in her hair, so I got to take out the fluff by combing through, and then I moisturized the hair using a leave-in conditioner from BB Naturals UK. Once her hair is nice and soft, I then pat the first line. As you can see, there's a way I pat the hair. I pat the hair into two parts, and I'm now working on the back section to pat the first line. So I go in with Shune Jam just to clean the lines. This is optional, but if you feel like you can use it. However, you must wash the hair properly when you use these products because they contain oils and things like that that can clog onto the hair strands. So I clean the line properly afterwards, and once the line is clean enough, I'm then going to cut the first line. My daughter has a moving scalp. I have explained this in a previous video where you cut a line, it looks straight. When you go back, it looks bent. Look at that. So sometimes you just have to go with the first time you cut it. Don't try and do it too much. So I'm now parting, just clipping the hair away and then parting the lines. I did it into 3. So I made 3 colored braids on this level. So I just clip the middle one away so that I can work on the 2 sides. So for this one, I'm going to go with the Coils Blueberry Bliss Edge Control. I like this one on her hair because it has natural ingredients and they're really good for natural hair. So I split the hair into 3 and then I begin to plait. So I want to do this one with the lilac or purple color, which she really loves. So I plait it 3 times. I do 1 stitch, but rather. And once I've done the stitch, I start adding the hair into my pincer grip. If you've ever attended any of my knotless braids classes, you would see that this is the same technique I use when I teach you, and it's very effective and it's very easy to learn it this way. So I put the hair into my pincer grip and then I hook it and then carry on plaiting, and then I flip my hands over and then I braid it normally. So I'm adding 1 more strand because it wasn't thick enough, and that's just underneath into the middle and the left. If you're right-handed, to be middle and the right, but it's behind, you're adding it behind, and then you keep braiding normally. So if you notice what I'm doing, I'm trying to cover her black hair with the purple extension so that it looks more uniform, if I say so. So you just keep carrying on. I will make another video on how to tuck in. To tuck in hair is a skill and it makes your braids look much better. So the next one I'm going into is the middle one, which is the pink one. So as I section the hair away, I then go ahead and comb through, removing all tangles before I start to braid. I add the Blueberry Bliss edge control on her hair again, and then once it's smoothed down her hair so that it can tuck into the colored extensions properly, then I'm going to start to braid. So I split into 3 again, and then once I've started doing the stitches, I'm then going to add the extensions exactly the same way I added it before. So just keep watching.
Stayed in but felt so far away. Last night was one big holiday. Cool winds on me out by the shade. Put my weekend on layaway. I don't know where I'm going.
So once I finish adding the extensions, I flip my hands over again, but this time the hair is quite loose. This happens sometimes when I have nails, or sometimes when the hair is quite slippery, or when the hair is so small in my hands. So it's quite loose, so I'm going to have to take it down because I don't think I like how it is. So I'm going to do it again. So guys, I like to show you my fails whenever I braid hair, because I like you to know that sometimes, even when you're a professional, it might not work out. It's not a do or die affair. Just fix it when it doesn't work out, and patience is so important. So I'm going in again. I'm adding the hair into my pincer grip, and I'm going to plait another stitch, and then I'm going to add the hair again into my pincer grip like so, and then I'm going to plait another stitch, and then I'm going to add the hair again into the pincer grip. So you can see it's adding hair on one side all the time, doing your stitch and then going back to add hair. So the way you hold the hair really matters when you're adding it. If there's a grip you would have that would not allow you add it this way. So watch my hands closely, and when you're doing yours, mimic exactly what my hands are doing and you should be fine. So I flipped my hands over, but if you notice this time it worked out. The pink extensions is not that much, so I'm having to just salvage it so that I can cover the black hair as much as possible. But like I said, the aim is to try and cover the black hair, but even if a few show, it's not the end of the world. If I was braiding the whole hair pink, then I would be more concerned, but the fact that there's going to be black as well is fine.
No way to change our yesterday.
So I'm going for the last colored extension, or well, the last one at the back, which would then be turquoise. So for this one, I'm doing exactly the same as I did before, but I'm using underhand. So this time, watch the way my hands are. It's different from the one before. This is the underhand braid. My hand is, like my thumb is sliding inwards into the hair as I braid. So I fix it in with the pincer grip, similar way but slightly different with the way my hands and my thumb is pushing the hair through. This is really good when you have a small piece of hair. It's good for small knotless braids. Some people braid hair like this, but this is not my regular method. I'm not used to doing it this way, but I can if I need to. So because I noticed the hair was quite small, or like, would I say the density was low of each braid, it was quite small in my hands. So I found that this method allowed me to grip the hair better, especially with my nails. So I carry on braiding all the way to the tips, and at this point my hand already started to hurt, but I just have to keep going. And then I had done the back section, so she needed to go out, so I had to pack the hair at the top into her favorite turquoise bun, and I put the beads on most of them. So some of them I haven't cut yet, so I cut them and I burnt them, which you'll see shortly. So what I want to say is that when putting the beads, you need to be careful, because just a little shaking will make the beads kind of not be level or equal. So be very cautious when putting the beads. It's best to put the beads at the end of the hair. I think that's the best time to do it, so that you can do everything at once. So now I'm going to carry on braiding the rest of the hair. So you can see the way I cut the hair. I cut it into 4 parts altogether. The first part is the one, or the first 2 parts is the one that you can see that is already braided. I cut it round from ear to ear, and then now this remaining part, which is the front of the head, I divide it into 2, like a center parting. So now I'm doing one of the sections. So I cut it line by line, and that makes the hair very uniform and neat. So I'm going to braid the hair now, and I'm doing exactly what I did before. Put the gel on the hair and then I start to braid. I'm still using the Blueberry Bliss gel on her hair because it's really good for natural hair. Like I said, It's not as, it doesn't contain so much mineral oils and stuff like some of the other products have, and it holds as well. So I carry on just adding extensions in my pincer grip into the braid. If you don't know how to do knotless braids, you can go on and watch this video. So I just carry on braiding. I flip my hands over and I braid all the way to the tips of the hair. So you can see, because I'm using black, I'm able to blend the hair better into the extension.
No way to change our yesterday.
So I go ahead to do the other side. So I've literally turned her around. I braided the two on the other side, and now I've turned her around to do this too. So I'm just carrying on doing the same thing. It's repetitive all the way. You just keep cutting the lines, following her face all the way to the middle, just ensuring your lines are clean, your braids are neat as you go along.
Under the heat, I'm half awake. I've been hung up on yesterdays. Woke up at noon, I'm in a daze. We'll keep on pushing anyways. I don't know where I'm going. 2 days, one big commotion. I'm being carried by the wake. So hold me like an ocean.
So I carry on braiding the hair just like so, and once I've finished everything, this is what the final look is like. Cute. It looks really lovely. So this footage was actually taken about a week later, so the hair had already begun to get old, but it still really looks cute. Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.